Buenos dias. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Nvidia's right on the edge. It might. I'd be interested to see how the options open. It's right there. It's like $2 away. It should be interesting. I'm curious. Any of you guys that have any upside in the chat, once the market opens, make sure to send it. I want to see, because it's close, man. I'm curious what happens if it's a few dollars off. I think the expected move was up into 1020. Basically exactly where it hit, 1023. Should be interesting. Morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good morning. What a move overnight, huh? And the Nasdaq is still just going straight up right now. Yesterday was it's up about 70 right now. Yeah, it's close. It's close. Yeah, Rangers game, man. They did not look. They looked flat, man. They looked flat. We'll see. I'm I'm secretly happy about it because I don't think the Rangers will go down 0-2 in the series, and I will be at the game on Friday tomorrow, and I did not want them. I would like them to come out firing on all cylinders tomorrow. That for my own selfish reasons. So hopefully they tie up the series 1-1. I'll be happy. I'll walk away happy, whatever happens at that point. I just want to see a killer game tomorrow. So secretly happy about the Rangers loss because I didn't really feel like they would go up 2-0 on the series. So I sort of needed them to lose the last game. So we'll see. But yeah, tough game. That was tough to watch. I almost turned it off. First time in a long time I've almost turned off a hockey game. Anyways, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Some really nice action yesterday. Later day, of course. There was a little bit of, movement after that FOMC minute. So we had that nice downside. We had that reversal back to the upside. Market actually seemed to wake up after that 2 o'clock meeting. And what a key level hold again. What a key level hold again on the ES, on the Nasdaq. I talked about this on Twitter last night or intraday. Panic to the downside intraday, right into demand levels, popped right off those levels again. The levels, once again, held the market higher. If you're paying attention to them, if you're paying attention to the things we talk about in this live stream, you fully understand why the market went back up. And you also obviously see Nvidia just driving us higher. So congratulations to anyone that has invested, has stayed long. It's a beautiful morning. So it's a beautiful Thursday. Should be an interesting day. Hopefully a little bit of volatility, a little volume, little action. Definitely watching Semiconductor continuation today. That's without a doubt. I think that will be on where most eyes will be. We longed AMD overnight. You guys may have seen that as a sympathy move to Nvidia. That's looking great this morning. SMCI, still something that I've been watching. You guys know I've been all over that chart lately. Still looks very interesting right now. So looking good, man. Looking good. If you guys stuck to the script, everything has looked very good. Demands have held. Pullback longs have been the answer. You know we've been talking about pullback longs pretty much every day in this live stream. So congratulations to the pullback longs. Yeah. Emailed me. I'll drop from the Discord. Need a payment update. All right, Elliot. I'll take a look. All right. Let's get started. Welcome back. Looks like the YouTube counter is correct today. We got 1,000 people. Maybe the like button, maybe the like counter is wrong today. It must be, right? It must be 1,000 people, 300 likes. Must be wrong. The like counter must be wrong. So let's see. Maybe try to fix it by pressing it. Maybe try to press it. It might fix it. All right. Let's get started. So, economic calendar. Let's start there. Let's go to the earnings. And then let's go to the charts. Here we go. Charts. Today, unemployment claims, 8:30 this morning. Manufacturing PMI, services PMI, 9:45. New home sales, 10 o'clock. And that's probably just about it. Tomorrow, durable goods, consumer sentiment. And that's about it as well. I will not be here tomorrow. Okay? Make sure you know that. Today is profit taking on my swing trades. Lock in a beautiful Thursday. And that will be it for my week, guys. I think I will turn green on the month today. Possibly. I'm up pretty large this morning on Tesla, on AMD. A little bit of SMCI baked in there as well. So looking good this morning. And probably won't be here tomorrow. So please know that. No live stream, but we will be back on Tuesday. Take that long week. Take that long weekend. You got a no market Monday. Market is closed on Monday for Memorial Day. Beautiful. Love to hear it. Take those vacations. Cherish those vacations. Cherish the times away from the market, man. You got to learn that. So that's that. Earnings, really nothing. Really nothing on the earnings. You can watch Ross Dress for Less tonight if you really want. I won't be. You can watch Lionsgate or maybe Workday. But yeah, nothing. I'm interested on the earnings. And let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, TB raid tomorrow. If you guys want to check out Trade Brigade tomorrow, TB on the live stream. Good live stream as well there. All right. So, what was the key yesterday? Okay, the key of yesterday was to not think that the market was going to fall off a cliff when we were still trading above key demand levels intraday. That was the key, right? Not being panicked was the key yesterday. Intraday yesterday, we had a downside move on the market on the FOMC minutes. It was right here. Okay, hold on. So this was it, right? This was what I posted to the group yesterday, intraday. This was while the market was dropping yesterday. We were saying, sure, market's dropping, but please be aware of the demands below. And that was right here. Okay? So we were dropping yesterday aggressively. Everyone was panicking, right? Panic to the downside, panic at the disco. And we were coming right into a previous hold level. And that was the exact hold level that shot this market straight back to the upside. So that was the key yesterday, right? And it will continue to be the key if you continue to trade the market. It is, hey, let me make sure I know where my technical levels are. So yesterday, we knew this was a level, 18,685, 18,690. That was Tuesday's lows. That was the exact low of yesterday. If you go to the 5-minute chart, we can see that is the exact level that held on the downside yesterday. The exact level that held. We had downside. We came right into that demand. We started to regain, and now you can see what the market has done since then. So that was very key, right? Very key yesterday, understanding those levels, understanding the demands below. And we have to continue to trust the demands below because that is the trend of the market, right? The trend of the market is for demands to hold. It is not downside. So be careful here again today. We have upside in the pre-market. Of course, this is a big gap up. You know, you don't love to see it in terms of trading, but of course, it is very strong. We're at Nasdaq 19,000 right now. The level that I like to see a long off of today is right here, around this 18,930. That would really be a nice long spot, I think, on a pullback. If we can get a nice hold here, that could be a really interesting spot to play some longs today. 18,930. You can see that is where we held here in the pre-market after hours, right? And that would be an interesting spot to watch today. So definitely watching the 18,930. If we get below the 18,930, there could be, I think, maybe a little bit more weakness, right? I don't really like this area here. This is pretty much just straight gap up action. So I'm a little bit concerned about that area under the 18,930. So let's be careful there, right? If we do break below that, then there could be a little bit more weakness to the downside, maybe to fill this gap, right? This will probably happen at some point. I don't think you just expect it to happen today, personally. At least I'd be very careful trying to expect that today. This will happen eventually. There will be some pullback to fill up, to fill up this gap up on the Nasdaq, on the QQQ, on the SPY. Does it happen today? I don't. That would be very interesting if you really just died and gave back everything today. That would be a very interesting move. Hard to believe, but very possible, of course. The market has done crazier things, but as of right now, I'm not going to be just out here looking for that today. That looks to be a far-fetched idea, but it is possible. 18,930, that is definitely a level to be watching today. That would be a really clean long today. If you break that, I would not really touch longs until 18,825, right? If you actually do see this stay very weak today, then I would probably not touch longs until right here, 18,825. This pullback, the little gap fill, this would be the level to watch if we do pull back under that 18,930, okay? You could watch this now, right, because we are above these highs. So I would say let's put this on our charts as well, just as a, as a short-term level right here. 18,970. We could also make sure we have that on our charts, right? Because why do we have that? Well, if we go to the short term, look at what just happened in the short term, guys. You had a previous high right here in the pre-market. Look at that hold that just came in, right? It's already starting to do. It's already starting to break. It's already starting to retest, and it's only 8:13 in the morning, right? It's already started. So the action is looking very clean. You can see right here, this was our pre-market high before we just broke through it. Look at what we just did at that exact level, right? Let me zoom in on this. Look what we just did on that exact level right here. That is perfection. So you just saw a break and retest long in the pre-market as we speak at that previous pre-market high. So that is pretty impressive already. So that's definitely a level to be watching here. I would say the 18,970, right? The 18,970 and the 18,830 are going to be two major levels to watch. If we do not hold one of these today, right, then I'm a little bit less confident of just trading long on the intraday, okay? If we do break below this and we do break below this, then I'm a little bit less confident in here, right, on this pretty much straight up move. I would then wait for the 825, okay? So this is a little bit of a danger zone down here. If we do fall into this danger zone, I would be a little bit cautious of maybe some weakness to step in. QQQ. That is 4.6. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Hold on. I'm going to get this next level for us here. It's like 460.25 right there. Right? 460.25. That's this high that we just talked about on the Nasdaq futures. So 460.25 is one of our first levels. Our next level is 459. So 460.25, 459. Those are our two, I think, important hold levels here in the morning for that really strong upside continuation. If we do break below that 459, that's where I think you could have a little bit more weakness, possibly down back into that 457 area. That is back into these highs right here, right? So 457, 457, that's a key level right there. If we do break below 459, then that's the same concept I was just talking about. I don't feel that confident in this area right here, right? This is straight up gap up action. So a little bit careful here, right? That's our danger zone under 459. If we do fail below 459 today, right? If we fail below 459, I think you could see some of that continuation. That would bring us back to the 457. 460.25, 459 are two pullback long areas that I will be watching today if we get some morning pullbacks into those levels. There's one level that is abruptly, I don't know if that's the right word, but insanely clear. Whatever word you want to use, just an adjective for you can't miss it, right? Whatever that adjective that you want to use. It is 53.50 on the ES. There is no questions about the importance of this level here today, guys. This is without a doubt the most important level of the day. This was a triple top on the ES, right? 53.50. There is no doubt that that is the most important level of the day. 53.50. You can very clearly see this. 1, 2, 3, 50, 350. What did the market do in the pre-market today at 53.50? I mean, give me a break, all right? Give me a break. Look at this, okay? Look at that. Why not look for the breaks and retests, man? Why not look for them? Why not us? That's about as clear as it's ever going to get. So, I've been doing this live stream for 3 years now. I've never had a lack of break and retest to show live on this live stream, right? It's been the most clear thing to look for nonstop. I've never failed to find a break and retest opportunity on a daily basis for the last however many years I've been doing this live stream. That is, once again, another insane example of a break and retest long, right? You break through the 53.50 triple top highs, you come back down to retest them, you create a beautiful long there, and that is sexy. So, today, if you do get a pullback to 53.50, right, you know what you're doing. You're looking to see if that's another long entry, right? You're looking for another long entry at 53.50. If you get that, look for it, right? If you break under 53.50, then that's the concerning move, right? That's the concerning move. If you fail back under this triple top, that's the concerning move, okay? I don't think you'll see that today, but whenever you see that in the future, if you do, if we start to get failures under 53.50, whenever that may happen, that is the concerning move for the upside, right? You probably don't want to see the ES fail back below a triple top high, okay? If you do see that, then things could start to weaken a little bit, right? Maybe back down to this, back to our 53.35, maybe back down to our 53.23, right? Start to come back down to some demands. You want to see the ES maintain over 53.50 today. That is very, very important. Okay. The other level I would sort of pay attention to is right here. It looks like it's around, it's like 53.63, 53.62. It's not perfect. It's in this general high area right here. You can see if I go to like the short-term time frames, I'm going to zoom in here. You can see a little bit of a reaction there right now. Hold on. Could be these lows. Yeah, 53.60. This little 53.60 level here looks sort of interesting as well, right? These are all just obviously short-term levels to be watching. You can't put too much trust in these, but you can see 53.60. You can see the little 53.60 flip right there. Little 53.60 right here. Yeah, so I'd probably watch the 53.60. This could be an interesting pullback level as well at the 53.60 on ES. Obviously, 53.50 would be much more interesting to me. But if you do see some short term at 53.60, I'd consider, if you start to see some hold there, keep an eye on that level as well. So 53.60, 53.50, I think the 53.50 is the key level to watch. That's probably your most confident long entry here on the ES, if you can get back down to it. I'm not sure if you will. SPY. Let's go to the hourly chart on the SPY. We had those previous highs on the SPY at 531.50. You guys can see right here, 531.50 was a previous triple top high. 1, 2, 3. We got a break above it. We retested it. We're holding above it. 531.50. So that is definitely the first level I'm watching today. If we do get a pullback to it, that's something I'll be focused on. Not sure we will, but that is definitely going to be a key level right here. 531.50 on the SPY. Right now, we're very clearly just rocketing above it. If we do break below that, 530.3, and we can see here, if we zoom out, oh, I forgot to show you guys on the ES. I want to show you the level that held yesterday on the panic to the downside, okay? This was 53.10, right? And we've had this level on our charts. Let me go ahead and delete some of these just to make this a little bit more clear. What level did the market come down to yesterday on the FOMC minutes downside? Right here. Right to that Friday low, right to that 53.10. Very, very nice, right? Perfect. That was, again, exactly what we talked about in the Discord yesterday. Back to test Friday lows here at 53.10 will be an important watch in the close, right? So that 53.10 was a key level alongside that 18,685 on the Nasdaq. If you understood your levels, you knew that that was a possible hold. That was very clear yesterday. All right. So today, SPY 531.50. And I would say if we zoom in here, we can try to get that short-term level, that previous pre-market high. Looks to be around that 533.50 right here, right? 533.50 right there. That looks to be something you can watch as well. 533.50, 531.50. Look for those pullback longs today. ES 53.60, 53.50. That's the big level, 53.50 without a doubt. Nasdaq 18,970, 18,930, and the QQQ 460.25 and 459. Awesome. Russell RTY. So RTY, yeah, I mean, a little bit weak versus everything else. Definitely small caps a little bit weaker than everything else. Looks to be attempting this demand hold, right? You can see it's really trying to hold this 2090, 2096, 2095 area. We'll see, right? I would be a little less interested in small caps today. I think there's money elsewhere, okay? I think there's definitely a lot of heat in the tech sector and the semiconductors, so I'd probably be more eyes on those, but you could watch that Russell area again, sort of attempting a hold there. Don't love it, but attempting. And then here on the Nasdaq, or on the Dow Jones. Did we not talk about, right? I mean, we talked about these levels verbatim in the live stream yesterday. We said, watch out for the 40,000 rejections. If we get the 40,000 rejections, we'll move back to the 39.7 demand. And that is, I mean, again, exactly what the Dow did yesterday. 40,000 supply, 39.7 demand. That was exactly level to level action there on the Dow Jones. So that's beautiful to see. Back up off the 39.7. I'd say this could be a nice area to look for that long entry, right? But you do need to be careful of the 40K, okay? Dow 40K is definitely a big level above there. I would be paying attention to that Dow 40K level. Be careful up in that zone if you are trading the Dow. Dow Jones, Indiana Jones, Mike Jones, Chris Jones, John Paul Jones, Daniel Jones, Vinny Jones. All right. We got 5 minutes till unemployment claims. If you guys could, press that like button for me. I'm going to take a sip of water so we get 1,000 likes real quick. Drink your water. Maybe it's tequila. Who knows? All right. So, Tesla. Long Tesla overnight. Off the 178.20 SMA. We've talked about this. The 20 SMA continuation, right? Every time that Tesla has come back down to that 20. It is held here, 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 right? Once again, 178 pullback on Tesla, pulling back to some of these previous highs in that 20 SMA. This is why I maintain my Tesla position overnight. Very interesting. The level that needs to break today is 182. 182, I think, needs to break today on Tesla. If you can break over 182, then I think you can get going again off this 20 SMA. 182 is going to be the very important level, in my opinion, to watch this morning. Can we get above this rejection point? Can we get above these rejection points from yesterday? Can we get above this pre-market level as well? Can we get above 182? If we can, then I think we can get some continuation. If not, then this could reject again, okay? This could be another rejection. So please be careful here at 182 today. I'm probably going to de-risk Tesla in early morning just because I really don't have that much trust in Tesla after seeing yesterday's action. I thought Tesla would have much better continuation yesterday. Now, it did pull back to the proper level. It definitely came back to a key demand, that 20 SMA, that previous hold here at 178. But I would have liked to see it hold. I would have liked to see it not give back almost this entire move, right? It gave back about, it's pretty normal, I guess, 61.8 retracement. It came right back to around that 61.8. So, I mean, not a terrible retracement on Tesla, but just watching the price action yesterday was absolutely disgusting on Tesla once again. The price action is just, it's good, and then it's absolutely disgusting, right? There's no consistency. It's all hot and cold. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. It's very hard to find consistency on this name. So we'll see. 182 is going to be key. That's going to be something I watch today. If you can get above that, I like maybe that heat to come back in. If not, this thing might just stay cold. So 182 is going to be key. 178 is the key demand below. And then obviously that 100 SMA up here is a big boy level. Nvidia. Awesome. I mean, just awesome. Congratulations to those that have continued to hold their Nvidia shares, trust in the Nvidia strength. It's just an absolute animal of a stock. Name my kid Nvidia, man. Name him. So Nvidia, well, we're above the 960. We're above the 974. So that was our previous 960 level. This is that previous all-time high in the daily chart, 974. Make sure you know that, right? Daily chart, previous all-time high on the daily chart here is 974, okay? Make sure you know that. Daily chart, all-time high, 974. So that's right here, right? If we zoom in on this 5-minute chart, 60. Do we come back to those? Maybe at some point. We shall see. Obviously before that, we have levels up here we need to pay attention to. Number one is right here, 998. I think some will think it's 1,000, right? And then stop out under 1,000. I think that could be a nice little trick that is played today, right? If we do see 1,000 and 1,000 breaks, you might get some, stop outs hitting. I think it's 998, okay? You can very clearly see 998. Let me go to the 2-minute chart and get it even more detail here on the 2-minute chart. All right, look at this 2-minute chart and look at 998. 998, 998, 998. I like 998 here more than I like 1,000. So watch the 998 level very closely today. That is going to be a pullback level I would look for. That's number one. And we will finish this after unemployment claims. So let's see what happens here. Unemployment claims just came out. Let's go to the SPY. Let's see what that number is. April housing permits 1.4 million versus, okay, so housing permits is in line with expectations. Jobless claims 215 versus 220, pretty much in line. Really nothing there. Man, I missed the opportunity to do it. I missed the opportunity. Tanking. We're tanking. Nothing. Nothing. All right? Stick to the course. Unemployment claims is not going to take over precedence of Nvidia earnings, in my opinion. All right, let's continue. 5 minute, 998 right here, 1008 and 1020. Okay, 1008, 998, and I think you could say 1023, but I think it's sort of 1020. If I see a hold over 1020, that's going to be something I look for the long side. All right, 1020, break and retest long over the highs, pull back to 1008, pull back to 998. Those are going to be my watches today. Let me go to the 2 minute, just get a little bit more detail. Let me make sure it's not anything different. Like, I got to watch that 1020 up there. Yeah, I think it's about 1020. You can see very clear 1020 there, 1020, 1020. That looks to be the level. So 1020, 1008, 998. Those are my three levels today on Nvidia. Let me move this for you. All right. That's that. AMD. Oh, come on, AMD. Vamos. Yeah, Chef, I gotta try to see you, man. This might be the time we meet up. I'll hit you up on Insta or on Twitter. All right, guys. So AMD, we are long AMD. I longed AMD yesterday. You saw my write up. If you didn't, then find it because it's all over Instagram or over Twitter. It's in the Discord. It's in our WAP Insider Hub. We did a whole write up on why I longed AMD yesterday. Very nice structure shift, 162.50. Obviously, underperformance in the entire semiconductor sector, opportunity in my eyes, and obviously, Nvidia needed to be good, and it was, so we're seeing that upside continuation. The levels that I am watching on AMD here in the short term are, whatever the right word is there, 172 to 172.50. And then 175. Those are big areas above we need to get above. Those are big levels above that we need to break through. 172 and 175. Two major levels here. Pullback levels to watch today on AMD look extremely clear to me. If we go to the 5 minute chart, all right, we can look at this little short-term action here. I would absolutely be looking to see if we hold the 169 level. That's the 100 SMA. If we do not hold that, we will pull back to that 165.50. If you break the 100 SMA, I'd say AMD starts to lose strength. So you probably don't want to see that. This is the 100 SMA right here. Let's make that a thick boy. There you go. That's nice and thick now. You can see right here, 100 SMA. 169 right there. That 100 SMA. If we get a pullback to that level, that is definitely something I will be watching for some upside continuation. So let's keep an eye on that 100 SMA there at 169. 172 is your first rejection point, and 175 is your next. When we zoom out on this 4-hour chart, I believe that we should see, or at least my long-term target here on AMD, my long-term target on AMD is right here. 185 is where I think you could possibly see AMD back to. Right here. Right back to these rejection points. Right there. Right? This looks very clean to me. You can see how we have sort of reclaimed this little low right there. Right? You can see how AMD has reclaimed back above that 165 level. You can see how we have turned that previous 4-hour shelf back into support, right? Very, very clear there. A clear shift back above that 165 on AMD. It lived below for a few weeks, few months, month and a half. It has gotten back above that previous low at 165. This looks very interesting. And if we get into a little bit of heat in that semiconductor sector, and people start looking for that bargain. Where's the bargain? What should I potentially buy on the semis? Right? What is opportunity right now? I would say AMD, right? I would say AMD. AMD's 35% off the highs. You guys know I've already been talking about this every day. So today should be paid off very nicely, and we shall see. So that's my opinion. Let's continue. SMCI, 4-hour chart. I would not forget about this one. I know we had that big squeeze breakout back on the 15th last week. Over the last few days, few trading days, we really haven't seen much. But, I mean, take a look at this, right? That, to me, looks like a second attempt forming here. A second sort of move potentially fueling up on consolidation, right? You see that 870, that 870, that 870. You can see we maintain that level all 4 days of this trading week. We had a breakout. We've had consolidation. And to me, this looks like one of these, right? So definitely watching SMCI here over the next day, over the next week, right? Keeping a very close eye on this thing. There could be a lot of opportunity here. As long as we hold over 870, I will continue to look for this long. And if we pull back to 870, I will look to add positions, all right, at that 870 level on pullbacks. This looks very interesting to me. This looks like a break of trend, a hold above the previous downtrend, and a consolidation for more upside. I would definitely be watching SMCI. ARM was our little black horse play, sort of like the background play that, you know, some people may not be watching. That was that 110 level. That was a really nice hold. I would just be very careful in the 120, guys. I think ARM may have some problems in the 120, so I don't love ARM myself anymore. Just watch 120, okay? 120 is going to be major. MU is over our 130 all-time high. You can see right there, MU had that very clear all-time high at 130, that very clear double top, and you can see right now we are over 130. So, what would I look for today? I'd look for a pullback to that 130. If it holds, I'd look to see if that is a long entry today. Look for a retest of the all-time high at 130. That's very clean. TSM, monster. Monster. All-time high on TSM, 158.40. So what am I looking for today? Pull back to all-time highs, right? Let me get a little bit more time here. How do I want to look at this? There we go. All-time high is 158.40 right here. Previous path. That's the path right there. Previous all-time high. I would absolutely be looking for that pullback today to that level. If we can get this little 158.40 retest, if we can get a pullback to that 158.40 level, let's see if we can maintain that previous all-time high. That would be a very interesting long entry today. Yesterday, we almost got to the gap fill. So close, right? We almost created that perfect 154 gap fill long. We talked about this yesterday, right? We said, hey, the best trade of the day might be a gap fill long on TSM. We almost got there. I mean, we were away by like 50 cents, right? The gap fill would have been completed at 154. We got to 154.50 before this thing just absolutely took off. So very interesting there. Very nice setup. 154, nice hold. We're above 156. I'd watch the 158.40, see if we can hold above that all-time high. Qualcomm's just been absolutely on fire. This might be the most sturdy semiconductor stock of the last few days. This thing has just been a sturdy move. I mean, look at this, right? You just, every previous high turning into support, previous high, support, previous high, support, right? This is just example of stair stepping. Previous high, support, previous high, support, previous high, double bottom support. Just every time Qualcomm comes back to a previous high, it holds. So I would continue to look for the exact same thing. What level is that today? 204.80. Right here. Right? Double top high, 204.80. I would look for the exact same thing. Look to see if we can come back down to that previous double top high. If we hold it, beautiful. If you do break under it, you come back to 202. Really nice Qualcomm grind as of late. All right. Let's go to Meta, because we talked about no one's ever lost longing Meta off 463. I messed up this trade yesterday. I'll be fully transparent. I should have stayed in this long. I got out for a $100 loss. I just wasn't feeling it, and I should have had more confidence. So there is that. Just right there explains how we still need to have good execution, right? That's still a skill that we work on the intraday. But the idea, which is always good for, I'm always happy when we have the right idea, right? I can still walk away happy and say, man, that was a great idea. What you're looking at is correct. Fine tune some of those intraday execution skills. You always need to fine tune it, right? It's not something that stays sharp. You got to stay fine tuning that execution. But what a beautiful idea yesterday, right? We talked about Meta. We talked about 463. We talked about that daily 20. We talked about some of the underperformance it's had. We talked about that if the Nasdaq gets hot again, Meta could turn back around. And beautiful, man. Just absolutely beautiful, right? That analysis worked out great. Congratulations to those that did trade this off the 463 or even some of that those higher levels that have that held yesterday. 463, a beautiful pullback long back to that 20 SMA, really nice. Today we are above 473, and so what are we watching today? We're looking for that 473 hold, right? We go to the 15-minute chart. You guys can see right here. You have some previous very clear rejections at 473. Even yesterday had that rejection. Let's see if we hold above that level. If we hold above 473 today, that is your next long entry towards the 478. Okay? Meta looks like it's getting some heat right now. If we get over 478, then you're going higher. Next, Google. Key level, holding very nice on Google. Right here, that 177.30 level. Previous highs, lows again yesterday. Pushing back to the upside. I'd say the target right now is 180 on Google. If you can get above 180, that's your next long entry. Watch Google 180, watch Google 177.30. Coinbase. What level? What's the level? I'm not even going to say it. Someone should know it. What's the level? That held. What's the level we've been talking about? What was the retest level? I think I actually have it on Twitter here. If you guys want, I'm going to do a quick shout out here. One second. Here it is. So, on Twitter, I have started a thread, like a thread that I'm going to continue to add to over time, right? Continue to add to. I said going to start a long-term thread here on intraday break and retests that I find a cool way to confirm the strategy and what to look for and how to play it, right? So I'm going to continue to add maybe once a day a chart to this Twitter thread, to this X thread of break and retests. And the last one that we added on May 21st, 2 days ago, was here is a before and after of the coin 220 retest. 220 retest on coin, right? This was coin, previous highs, 220, right? That was before. Here was the after, 220, right? And then let's go ahead and look at what 220 has done today, right? So 220, that was this. That was that chart I posted right there, 220. And look at yesterday, 220 again. So I'm going to continue to post there. I recommend go follow me there. I'll post the link, a little bit of a self-promotion here. But I don't mind. Go ahead. Follow me on X. I'm going to continue to post there like I typically do. And that was beautiful on coin. So congratulations, anyone that stayed on coin off that 220. That was really nice. That's definitely a little bit of a fumble for me yesterday. I should have been more interested. But regardless, it's a beautiful technical level and a beautiful example of the retest longs. Today, you're watching right here, 233, right? 233, rejections 233. That's also the 50 SMA. Be careful of that 50 SMA. If we pull back, look for that long, okay? 50 SMA, 233, look for that long right there. The next level I'd be careful of is 240. 240, big rejection point. You get above 240, you're going to 250, okay? Watch 240 today on coin. If you get above it, I like 250. If you get a pullback, watch the 50 SMA hold at 233. What's Buttcoin doing today? Not much from the Buttcoin today. But Buttcoin's actually doing something quite interesting. Look at this little retest on the butt. All right, look at this. 69,000 right here. 69,000 Buttcoin. A little bit of a flag forming here. That's actually quite interesting. Right? Look at this. Look at this little break. Look at this little flag setting up. This could be a nice little push on Buttcoin. 69,000. Keep an eye on that. Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's starting to break out of that flag, right? Ethereum has the same sort of flag there. And Ethereum's starting to break out of it. So, yeah. Keep an eye on that. All right. Microsoft. What a sick 430 level that was yesterday. I mean, we got a little bit above it, a little bit below it, so a little bit of a fake out there. But overall, 430 holding strong. We're above that 432.50 right here, right here. This is what I'd look for today. 432.50 on Microsoft. So I'm actually going to set an alert. Create an alert at or below right there. So if I see Microsoft back to these levels, right, that could be a really nice pullback long to watch today. Netflix is the other one I'd be watching here. Look at Netflix 4 hour, guys. Netflix 4 hour. Previous highs here at that 637, right? 4 hour highs at 637. Look at this on the 5-minute chart. 637 on Tuesday, created upside. Look at where you are right now. 637 again. I would absolutely be watching Netflix off 637 today. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got. Nasdaq 19,000, my friends. We know our pullback levels. 18,670. 18,970. My bad. 18,970. 18,930. Those are our pullback levels. The sexiest pullback of the day if we get it. The one that's going to, right? This is what I'd love to see, okay? Both technically and in the psychology of traders. This is what I want to see, all right? I want to see this verbatim. And this would be the best thing for longs, right? Listen closely. The best thing for longs today is downside, right? Getting people starting to short this market. Get the shorts piled in here, right? Get them in. Push us down quick, right? Get those people piling in shorts because the market's moving down, right? Get those traders getting in some puts here. Then hold the 53.50. Start to hold that level. Start to squeeze the shorts out of their positions on a hold of 53.50 and ignite this market back higher. That's what you want to see happen. If you want this market higher, that's what you want. You want a pullback. You want it in a manner that people start to panic into downside trades because they have no discipline, and then hold the 53.50 and shoot that thing back higher on a squeeze, okay? That's what you want. If we get it, I'll be looking for that long. So let's see if we do. If not, this thing might just go all day. All right? That's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the day. I hope you enjoy the profits if you have any this morning. I hope you lock in, stay disciplined today. There's going to be opportunity. There's definitely pullback opportunity. It's market's up a lot, always up. If the market's up a lot pre-market, you always look for that. You always look for that little pullback opportunity, man. It's out there. You don't need to chase. You do not need to chase. I can guarantee you that at some point today, you will find some kind of pullback opportunity. You do not need to chase things that are straight up. Never. You never do, right? Let it be. Stay calm. Look for the pullbacks. Watch your demand levels. Focus on the levels and see what the reactions are at your key levels. All right? Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you could. No stream tomorrow. So, no stream. Go enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day. And I will see you guys here on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.